Edward was working hard, pushing and pulling trucks and coaches around the yard. He had just tidied away a line of trucks when an unfamiliar little green engine came puffing into the yard. The fat controller was on board. "Edward," he called, "here's Percy. Will you show her everything?" "Certainly, sir," smiled Edward. He was excited, as was little Percy. "Do come along," he said warmly. "I must arrange some trucks for James, but I can show you what to do as we go." "Yes, sir, Edward," Percy whistled gaily as she scampered along in pursuit. Percy was a keen learner, and Edward made for a splendid tutor. In no time at all, Percy knew what she had to do. She marshaled the trucks quickly, much to the blue engine's delight. "You're a good learner," he congratulated. "Why, you could almost manage without me." That made Percy very excited. "Oh, thank you, Edward." But as Percy finished arranging the trucks, Edward backed onto some coaches for Gordon. Coaches required special care and attention, but this was lost on little Percy. "Shall I shunt the coaches?" she whistled. "I can manage the yard after all." Edward chuckled kindly. "You could almost manage, but not quite yet. Besides, the big engines like things done a certain way," he added quickly, seeing the disappointed look on Percy's face. "No engine could learn to keep them quiet so soon. Even I can't keep them content all the time, and I've known them for years." This made Percy feel better, although now she was concerned. "These big engines must be giving Edward some grief," she thought. "That won't do at all." A short while later, Henry came by hissing as usual. Said Percy suddenly. Henry jumped and ran back to the shed. "How beautifully you wished him," laughed Edward. "I can't wish like that." "Oh," said Percy, "that's nothing. You should hear them in the workshop. You have to wish loudly to make yourself heard." "Perhaps you can manage big engines after all," chuckled Edward. "You could even teach me a thing or two about them." I could, smiled Percy cheekily. "I could tell you all the while you teach me about coaches." The two friends grinned and quickly fell into happy laughter.